there's a big difference in Japan when we talk about teaching at Eikaiwa, which is usually focused a lot on children, but also there are adult classes, but they're like kind of small private schools. And a lot of teachers working there usually come from these dispatch companies, which can be criticized a lot in the news regularly for their business practices.
Right.
And then on the other side of the spectrum, you have teaching at universities, which is what you're doing now. But you have experience doing both.
Yeah.
How was it like to make the transition? Is it something easy? Now I feel like a lot of people say it's much more difficult to find university jobs than it used to be.
It has gotten really competitive. There are a lot of like well-qualified English teachers in Japan now. When I did it back in 2006, it wasn't nearly as competitive compared to now. But I guess the biggest sort of challenge for me was at the conversation school, the students were really motivated. Even if they were lower level, they were paying money to take English classes. So they had this sort of inherent motivation. And when I moved to the university, it was just students who were taking required English classes, and their level was amazingly low, and their motivation was also quite low. So I had to work a lot harder to plan lessons that engaged the students and, were fun for them, but also educational for them.
So in a way, initially you did want to go to universities, but it wasn't as rosy as you expected at the beginning.
Yeah, it was much better than the Eikaiwa. But that job for me, the conversation school job, was perfect because for 2 years, I got all sorts of experience. Like I taught the whole spectrum of students from like tiny kids to really old people. And very beginners to really advanced speakers, and the students had different purposes for why they were studying. So, as I said, I couldn't get a university job at first because I had no experience. But in that 2 years, I just got, and you're teaching like 10 lessons a day or something. So some insane number of classes. So it was a good job for me at the time.